How are we doing, everybody? This is your Raw and Smackdown review for week commencing August 22nd, which was last week. If you don't mind liking and subscribing to this channel, it keeps the light on. The lights are barely on, but it keeps the light on. This channel's for us, for you guys, for me, for you lot. Like I said, when I get this channel up properly, I want to be interviewing you lot about the episodes we watched of Raw and Smackdown, what you think the direction of it should go, things like that. Really good conversation. So by you liking and subscribing to this channel, it supports it. It helps us get up to where we need to be. So like, subscribe and leave a comment first of all. So August 22nd, Raw starts off with Riddle and Seth Rollins fighting for the billionth time. Let them fight already. Have the match. Get it out of the damn way. But I think they're going to be fighting at Clash of the Castle, so that would be a good match. And then Trish Stratus comes out, basically says she misses WWE in WWE within the ring. She feels at home, but she was at home in Toronto. Sort of pandering to the fans, and then basically I just call it Team Bailey. It's a lot easy. Team Bailey came out saying she's the past, she's washed up. What you doing here? You're riding our coattails, blah blah blah. Then Bianca Belair comes out, says, "Hey, you know that Trish used to be a champion, and Trish has hands. Back up, girls." And then Alexa and Oscar come out for their match, and then that's sort of it. Then we go into a tag team match: Oscar and Alexa Bliss versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Really good match by the ladies. This is for the vacant women's tag team championships. That was, if you don't know, that was relinquished by Sasha Banks and Naomi. Nearly forgot their names, Jesus. So Io Sky won by roll up. So they advance. Io Sky and Dakota Kai, advance into the semi-finals. Then we had Dolph Ziggler versus Finn Balor. They had a little altercation backstage before the match, but really good match. And in the end, Finn Balor won. Then we had the Alpha Academy came out saying they're going to have an open challenge to anybody who wants to challenge them. Then it's obviously Canada, it's Toronto. KO comes out. So it's KO versus Gable. Really good match, solid match from the two. In the end, KO wins by the pump up power bomb. But then after the match, Otis tries to attack KO. He hits him with a stunner. Then we had Aaliyah versus Bailey. Aaliyah hasn't really got that much shine recently. I think Aaliyah's still coming up, but it was in her hometown. I thought she'd probably win by upset, but Bailey won. That's that. Then we had Bobby Lashley walking with AJ Styles because they're about to team up. They did face each other the other week for the United States Championship, which Bobby Lashley won. He is extremely dominant, and he needs a WWE World Championship, not a Universal, not a US title, in my opinion. Then we had Miz and Ciampa versus Lashley and AJ. So this match was going all right. Obviously, everyone executing their signature moves, and then some random person from the crowd kidnaps Miz, and that was it. We didn't really have a winner, and that was it. So that was a bit weird, because you'd think that then Ciampa should be on his own. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But then we had Johnny Gargano come out, say he's back, said he's been at home looking after his child. He's been missing wrestling, but now he's back. And in the midst of all of that, Theory comes out. I don't know where Theory has been, but now Theory is back. And Theory just basically saying to him, hey, him coming back is like the old days, but the issue is in NXT, Theory was under his coattails, but now on the main roster, Johnny will be under his coattails. And he said how Johnny can hold his briefcase. And as they was going to do a signature high five that they did on NXT, Johnny kicks him in the head. Kicks Theory in the head, I should say. So that's that. Then we had Damian Priest versus Edge. Really good match. Obviously Edge, highly touted Hall of Famer, wrestling in his backyard of Canada, Toronto. And yeah, it was a really good match. And in the end, Edge won via spear. There was a lot going on within the match anyway, but Edge won by a spear. Then the Judgment Day came out to beat down Edge, and Beth Phoenix runs in with a chair, and that was that. So yeah, good episode of Raw. If you haven't seen it, so go watch it. Last week's Raw. Then we had SmackDown kicks off with Ricochet versus Corbin for the second week, and in another defeat, Corbin was defeated again by Ricochet. Good match there. Then we had the 4-way women's tag team match for the tag team tournament to decide the new women's tag team champions. Got it all in there. So you had Dana Brooke and Tamina versus Nikki, and Doudrop versus Sonya, and Natalya versus Xia Li and Shotzi. Really good match from the ladies. 4-way tag team turmoil match. Great stuff. But in the end, it was Nikki and Natalya who win. So they'll be facing against Dakota Kai and Io Sky for the championships. So yeah, see what happens there. It should be great. Then we had Sheamus come out with Team Sheamus basically saying he's beating everybody. He's beating Roman, he's beating John Cena, he's beating Triple H, he's beating everybody, and he's gonna beat Gunter for the title in a back and forth. And then Butch and Shizer started fighting. Yeah, Skyzer started fighting. Yeah, crazy. Then in the back, my favourite segment part, Sami Zayn knocking on the door of the tribal chief, the head of the table, the WWE Unified Champion Roman Reigns. And then obviously the Usos come out, probably they're one of the best tag team in the world, I think, at the moment. It's, yeah, in WWE, the best tag team, hands down, easily. And then while Sami Zayn's outside the door saying, hey, I want to talk to Roman, Roman overhears and goes, hey, Sammy, come in. And then they're having a sit down, and then Roman's basically saying to him, I need you to put the beat down on Drew McIntyre. So see what happens there. Then we had Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah versus Sonya and Natalya. Raquel won, team won. Then we had a New Day come out. Basically, you had Xavier in a wheelchair, and Kofi was dressed down, basically talking like they're defeated by the Viking Raiders. Then the Viking Raiders come, and then long and behold, tucked under Xavier's, he came out with a blanket and a wheelchair. Tucked under that with some kendo sticks, and they started beating down the new vicious Viking Raiders. Then just before, we had Drew versus Sammy. That was the main event. The Usos basically getting a bit heated with Sammy, saying you better get the job done, etc, etc, etc. Then we had the main event, Drew versus Sammy. Come on now, Sami Zayn is not going to beat Drew McIntyre, especially when Drew McIntyre's going into a title match. So obviously, Drew McIntyre won. There was interference from the Usos, but Drew McIntyre still won. And in the end, Roman came down, interfered after the match was over, and they all beat down Drew McIntyre with chairs. And the ending credits was Roman sitting on a chair on Drew's neck with his 2 titles. So that might be what we see at Clash of the Castle in Cardiff. Cardiff is actually a few hours away from me. I'm going to try to see if I can go there. If I can go there, I'll be taking some live footage. So that's it from me, from your roundup from Raw and Smackdown in about 8 minutes. So please like and subscribe if you could be so kind to my channel to help support it. So let's get it up so I can then interview you good people as well about what we're watching. So like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And you can also follow me on Instagram below. Take care.